Wow, blue team, orange team, love to see it. This is going to be a good night if the observers already pulling some hijinks on us. Is this just a troll, Alex, or is this... Yeah, is this a troll? Don't worry, guys. He just wants to play with us tonight. That's it. But anyway, there you go. That's his Twitter. Just let everybody know. That's Alex's Twitter. You may not know who he is.
Go and find him.
Go find him. Drop him a follow. He might not follow you back, but drop him a follow anyway. As we head into the operator bans, and well, no surprise as the Dokkaebi is going to be banned. A very common operator. Not so common. Ashe.
No ACOG.
Doesn't have an ACOG, and you ban her still.
No Ashe ACOG and still banned.
Interesting, to say the least. And that is also an MnM ban as well. MnM banning Ashe?
Maybe Doki just doesn't want to play Ashe anymore because the ACOG's gone.
He doesn't play Ashe anymore.
Well, Saves plays Ashe, yeah. Maybe that's what it is.
And then talking about those, the trifecta. I like calling them the trifecta of defender operators. It's the free fix, the free heavies. You have Echo, Mira, and Maestro. And Maestro this time is going to be the one being allowed to let in through. And that does leave it so you have those bulletproof cameras, which can be pretty pesky for the most part. I think that Maestro, especially on a map like Oregon, where intel's key, whenever there's operators like IQ running about, whenever you have cameras that she cannot destroy, it does lead you in a very safe position to try and peek around with that LMG and the ACOG that can put down so many rounds into so many choke points. There's a lot of choke points in Oregon as well. You think of how many times it comes down to the sheer time limit that you have on a basement. If you're just spraying an LMG whenever they run down the stairs, that's bound to hurt.
Yeah, and you've got so many rounds in the order, you're just able to almost tap fire an angle for, you know, you could even do it for 30 seconds at a time, just a bullet every couple of seconds, and just try and really hold down the angle and just let people know that it isn't going to be safe to push on through. And especially with Glaz being let through. You know, Glaz has seen some recent change. The thermal scope isn't exactly working as it previously did. Is that a next season change?
I think that's the next season change, along with the Lion change as well. That is not implemented this patch.
See, I've not played this patch that much yet because it's a big download.
Yeah, I think that the whole thing about that invitational panel where we've seen glimpses of that Glaz and that Lion change, I think that's just them showing us what they're working on, which will be ready for next season. That's just kind of a rough idea.
But even then, for Glaz to still be in this evening and for the Evil Eyes to be there, it gives that kind of balancing factor, doesn't it? You've still got the ability to be able to look through that smoke, and you've still got the ability to be able to deny that plant if it does come through.
So we head into our top floor defense, looking pretty standard. I think it's a good split across the bomb sites. You have one player in armory, one player inside of bedroom saves, maybe more of an aggressive position, and then you also have Doki playing inside of attic as a Doc. Doc in that position is great because you don't really have to worry about frag grenades as much, because if a frag grenade does hit you, you won't be hit. This time he is going to rotate in towards the big tower, but of course he can just rotate back and forth. What we're expecting Doc to do most of the times is play those long angles with ACOGs, and whenever you have a strong gunner like Doki with that MP5, yeah, that's going to do a lot of work for you. Looking at Citizen, I'm curious to see if he has the FO12 or the Scorpion, because we've seen the FO12 being played in this position before. Think back to Fnatic versus EG at the Rio Finals. We've seen a shotgun inside of armor. You can play up close and aggressive, but Citizen has always favoured the Scorpion over the shotgun.
Yeah, the shotgun does limit you ever so slightly. It's very situational, and the Scorpion's just going to allow him that little bit more option. However, if he did have the shotgun, he might get a nice run-out kill there onto a Lem, but we will have to see if he is going to be that aggressive. It is actually going to be Doki that's going to go for the first run-out, and he is going to get the kill. Quick trade comes through, though, from Stiz, taking out Save, so Jaeger no longer on the board. That was a nice kill there from the Hibana, just inside of Master Bedroom, peeking over onto the corner of Armory, it looks like. Citizen, however, still playing inside the armory. Wasn't really in a position to refrag that kill, and that could maybe be a little bit of an oversight there, as it was perhaps a kill that should have been refragged.
Citizen will come in an engagement against Stiz and will win that gunfight against Hibana, but Leon is there with the refrag. Sister versus sister, and the older one comes out on top. So Leon still has 2 of his utilities still on the lifeline. He still has the concussion, doesn't have any of the explosives, so any soft walls will, well, be left soft in this scenario. But there's still things to work with, but at the same time, MnM, they still have Nello on the smoke. They still have Kendrew on the Maestro. A lot of utility still being saved by the defenders. Team Secret will have to try and power on through as we head into the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, and especially losing the Capital like that. Capital is going to be an operator that you look to be able to make that entry and to be able to root those defenders out of those hidey holes that they could be playing in some tight angles. Pressure now going to come through to double window as Leon is going to get killed there by Nello playing inside of Kids Dorms. A double push comes through at the window, but it is going to be a quick 2K, one for Kendrew and one for Doki. Convincing first round there for MnM.
Yeah, looking at it, that final execution, they still had a little bit of time. They had around about 30 seconds. Do they really need both players to jump in that scenario? Sure, maybe they want to try and flood the site, but you should still know that, yeah, you haven't eliminated the Maestro or the Smoke yet. You've seen them both being picked up in that defending prep phase, that reveal phase. Surely you should know that you have to try and bait that out as much as you can, because that Toxic Babe really did affect Secret going in through that double window. All it takes is one, and then like we talked about during that pre-match, that LMG from the Maestro just raining havoc on that choke point. So yeah, there's things that Secret I think are rushing. They need to take it a little bit slower. Sure, it's a map like Oregon where, yes, there's a lot of things to do, room presence and all that. But there's things to work on for Secret. MnM, on the other hand, they didn't really seem phased. Sure, they lost their two roamers early on, Doki and Citizen both fell, but they did the damage. They got their refrags. They got their trade-outs. That's all you're asking from a roamer is a kill and a little bit of time wastage, and maybe some utility if you can.
Yeah, if you're able to burn some utility, even better. And if the kill's able to be refragged, well, you know, even better again. Citizen did, in fact, refrag the kill onto Stiz. It was a little bit late, but it was a refrag nonetheless. So trading those kills like that, you really can't argue with it. And it's going to, you know, you're going to fall with the man count being in your favor in that scenario. And it really helps them in that final hold. So a great start, really, from MnM. And they really need to continue this ball rolling and to really keep picking up these rounds, because this map could come down to a round difference if it is an MnM victory.
So we move in, and we're going to see once again that laundry. So this is going to be their second bomb site being picked. Yes, we're kind of expecting that Kids and that laundry to be the two that are always going to be the first up to be played by defenders. And the attackers, they're going to opt for a big tower take. So for this particular bomb site, you have two options. You can either push in towards the lobby and clear from west side and kind of stop as soon as you get to meeting doorway and just push down the stairs like a normal laundry plant would. Or you can try much more of a riskier option, and that is go for a big tower and construction take. This one does put more challenges because you don't have that same the angle advantage that you would so if you were attacking from that main lobby, where all you have to do is watch two angles on that main double door. For this, there's multiple ways you can get flanked, and plus, you have to go through roamers in this scenario. You have Citizen playing upstairs in Attic, has a Nitro cell, which you have to keep in mind could come in pretty big, and they have even more roamers located in towards that west side as well. Team Secret have to really put the stop on this roam game fast, because we've seen how many times MnM just come in swinging with the roam game, and talking about swinging, Citizen throws the first punch.
Lems will trade it quickly back. Meepy picking up one of his own takes us to a 4 versus 3. So a lot of time wasted moving into the latter half of the round now, and Meepy has established himself over in tunnel. Meeting control has now been gained by Leon. He's going to be allowed to open up some hatches, but Doki is still playing just outside of Classroom. His angle is trained onto flag area of meeting, and he's going to be in a really powerful position here. He could put a nice late flank onto the attackers. It doesn't appear as though they're aware of his presence at this moment in time. A lot of preoccupation is going on with the hatches from the members of Secret, and he could have a nice kill here onto Plebma. Plebma just placing a Claymore there just to block off one of those options of rotation through the meeting, but it does look as though Secret are getting ready for a drop, and if Doki's allowed to play from the shotgun from one of the hatches, it could spell disaster for Team Secret.
Leon still has that utility with those concussion mines, and even smokes as well will be tossed in. None of those go off, so they know for a fact nobody's going to be playing close in towards the wall, and that will give the go-ahead for them to flood the bomb site. All four will be in. Diffuser almost got planted, but Kendrew will put an end to that, and also downs a player in the midst. Actually, Nello gets down, I believe, from a quick peek, but Doki's on the flank. He finds one on to Meepy into a 2 versus 1, because Nello is still downed as Plebma goes up, trying to hold the angle as the Lems will go for the plant. Doki swings on in, the tags come in from the Maestro camera. Doki doesn't play on the tags and gets eliminated by a Lems. Doki sleeping in that one. You had a straight tag for a soft wall, and you're a shotgun. Mute. Did you have a C4 in that scenario as well, potentially? I think he did.
He was mute, so yeah, C4 could have been
I think he had a C4 as well.
It's got to be the shotgun for me at that kind of that stage in the round. You know, that how many times do we sit here and say the SAS shotgun clutches out rounds religiously? It's a beast of a weapon, and it's just, I can understand him not wanting to engage quickly with the SMG because you've only got 17 bullets in the magazine, so you can quickly find yourself out of ammunition. But at those kind of ranges, the shotgun's got to be the one that's doing the damage. A little bit of a shame there from MnM, and I'm sure that's a round that they're going to be looking on and looking back on to figure out what they could have maybe done differently, because positionally, it looked like they were very well placed to retake that site.
So we move into, yet again, another laundry defense. What will they change up this time? Looks to be the exact same 5 operators that they brought to the table last time. Secret. I don't think changing anything up either, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll have to see what differences they have going into this setup. They're still going to be playing in towards the west side. That's a very smart decision because it makes Secret waste utility, which seems to be a big thing that Secret rely on. You know, you still had ESL with the 2 smoke canisters. You still had Leon with the 2 concussion mines. Seems to be that Secret want to keep as much of that as they can for that final execution. They flood the bomb site. Their main cause is plant the diffuser, because they know on a map like Oregon, where if you plant the diffuser, there's only certain ways you can come from. You know, you can essentially hold one angle and it covers 2 doorways sometimes as well. So that's something you have to keep in mind whenever you are playing on a map like Oregon. I just think it was a thrown round from MnM. In that scenario, if Doki stopped the plant, Plebmer was only on a sliver of HP anyway. I doubt he would have done much. There's just different decisions that players from MnM could have made.
It is a shame. It's easy to sit here with hindsight when you're in the game and there is this much pressure on this match. It can be difficult for you know, to make those clear-cut decisions, as they do seem very clear-cut when we're sat casting. But yeah, it did seem like a little bit of a missed opportunity, as C4 toss is going to come out straight away. Doesn't manage to get the kill, but does put a good chunk of damage there onto Stiz. So Doki there using the C4 this time, getting a little bit aggressive with it. A much more aggressive hold is coming out this time from MnM. They have chosen to go back down to the same bomb site, which does make a lot of sense. They weren't a million miles away from clutching out that round previously, but it is all going to be about how they're able to control meeting now, because as soon as this meeting control is lost, with both hatches being open, it really does give Team Secret a bit of a free ride in terms of how they're going to be able to execute on and what the angles that they're going to be able to find from meeting, deploying the utility through it and pushing on through. Lems is going to grab that kill onto Doki as the Jackal sits and going to trade one out onto Stiz, however, with Leon with another. So flurry of kills. It's going to leave us in a 4 versus 3 in favour of Team Secret. So they've done a very good job of taking over meeting control. They've done it fairly efficiently. They have only lost the Sledge in that process. Sledge, I don't believe, had any frag grenades left at that moment in time either. So Sledge has done a good job of using his utility before he has been taken out. Citizen on a full flash, going to get challenged inside the attic. Meepy going to come out on top in that engagement, 4-2. Meepy paid his price though. He did lose quite a few hit points, and it will only take a few ticks from Toxic Bay until he is down. But it's going to be very tricky now. As I say that, Kendrew comes up clutch with a nice kill onto Lems, just bringing it back to 3-2 in the final minute.
Now in this scenario, your Team Secret, you have 50 seconds to go, you have man advantage, you have utility. That's something you don't want to happen, and that's lose a player very early on, especially your hard breach. There was a potential where Secret could have rotated and opened up the lobby hatch and went for a lobby take in that scenario. They're still going to try and split push it. Leon solo pushing down the main stairs. Kender's there with the LMG. Misses his shots, however, Nello will not miss his and eliminates Meepy. Leon gets 1 versus 2. First Toxic Bay will be deployed by the smoke. Leon's going to crouch walk in, but it's not ready for the hard right off that Maestro. That Maestro cam again, doing great work on the comms. And that means MnM this time do take their laundry defense. They lead 2-1.
And I think that's how MnM will have envisioned the second round going as well. I think that kind of result is something that they would have been looking for, having Nello and Kendrew left on site with all the utility that those guys have got available to them at that time, which does just become so valuable in the later stages of the round. They're going to be pretty happy with that result indeed. We are now going to be able to go back up to kids and dorms. And I don't know, are MnM going to try the same thing? Are Secret going to be able to adapt to the push and to try and root out the roamers and root out the players that are playing over in the armory side, playing in tower, playing in master bedroom, and gain that control before they go for the double window push?
It's not that. It's more so that they didn't really have a clear-cut idea of how they were actually going to push the bomb site. I don't think double window's a viable push, simply because it's a massive bottleneck. All it takes is one Toxic Babe or one LMG spray, like we've seen. You have options here. You have the very standard master bedroom push, which, yes, takes a lot of setup and utility. For that particular push, coming in through master bedroom, through the generator wall, you need at least 4 different angles being held. Primarily one at double window, one at that connector window beside the attic, one at that main door as well, and then also one pushing in to go for the plant. A lot of angles and setup you have to work for to really make that push a success, but we've seen that done time after time. The more common one, which we've seen a lot more of a rise and play in, is the standard window push, where you repel on kid's window, you take control of attic big tower, you open up in towards the attic, swing-ins come in, you have smokes, you have nades, capital bolts go in. Simply because they have the capital, I am expecting that to be their primary push.
Yeah, definitely. They've certainly got the utility available to do them. 4 frag grenades, sorry, the smokes as well as the asphyxiating bolts over on the side of Capital. But it does seem as though we're going to look at maybe a bit of a tower take initially, and that kind of plays into what you were saying about the kids' bedroom take, because you're going to need to hold that if you do want to be able to take over kids' control, because otherwise Doki is going to have a field day with the ACOG peeking over onto kids' windows.
But I think it's going to be a master bed in this scenario, simply because they brought Thermite. You don't really bring a Thermite for a kid's bedroom. Habana can do it. All you have to do is open up the attic. And also, I think they're going to use the catapults, not necessarily on the kids' windows, but to get Citizen from this area. Great utility being used as well from Stiz in the back. Plebma, however, falls to Kendrew. That's the hard breach gone. This makes things 10 times harder for the players of Secret. Maybe will refrag onto Citizen, but they've lost their Thermite. This is going to be painfully slow of a round for MnM to really sit back and hold the angles at this stage. And Secret, well, they have to start moving.
I think maybe that's what Citizen was trying to do there, just to try and rotate himself back into the safety of Master or into Kids and just save his life a little bit longer, because he was getting heavily pressured there inside of Armory. Lems is going to come out with a brilliant kill onto Doki. So it is going to level out the man count for the time being, but a lot of time has been spent at this point, and we are moving into the final minute and 20 seconds with not that much progress actually been made, and there's not that much, you know, of the map that is actually controlled at this point by Team Secret. It's allowed MnM to find angles such as this one over onto highway window. Nello is going to be holding that from the top of White Stairs. Kendrew still flitting between master bedroom and kids' dorms, as he doesn't really need to overexpose himself. His value is going to come later on with that LMG.
Kendrew also has one hidden inside of that master bed cupboard. Not going to do much because nobody's really going to go in there, because Thermite's already been eliminated, so that camera is kind of null and void. Sure, you can use it as a sound signal. Nello will be ready with the Toxic Babes. Still has 2 in his hand, 35 seconds on the clock. Can delay at least another 20 seconds, or potential 10 from different angles as well. Stiz just finds saves just in the open of that double window, and Nade also gets cooked. No ADS to eat it up, and well, Kendrew is very lucky to get away with that, but will find Stiz nonetheless, and Leon pushes in for the final kill as Team Secret take yet again another round as we go 2-2. Another thing which we did not mention is that, yes, this is the top of the table clash. Team Secret are currently sitting on 15 points, MnM by 12. The only reason why there is a difference, last time they played, Team Secret won 7 rounds to 3. MnM have a chance here, yes, to beat Secret again, but they have to beat them by a certain score limit in order to qualify for the LAN. And that is them either winning by a score of 7 rounds to 3 or lower. If Team Secret manage to find 4 rounds, so all they need is 2 more, MnM cannot catch them. That's all Secret need, is another 2 rounds to go to LAN. That's it. That's a lot they ask for.
It really is, and it makes playing on this MnM side even, you know, there's that much more pressure on this match, because it's not about the end result. It's not going to come down to the last round. It really counts from the word go. And to lose 2 already, it doesn't really bode all too well, because we do tend to see Oregon swing in the favour of defenders, especially when we start looking onto a laundry objective. It can be quite well held by the defenders. I mean, top floor can be as well. It really can go one of two ways, but I think great adaptation that round from Team Secret. They did lose the hard breach relatively early on inside of the round, but it didn't matter because they were able to find the angles and they were able to get the kills regardless. This time, Doki is actually going to be sealing up Attic, so not opting for that more extended roam, not opting to play over inside of Big Tower. Instead, that's going to be shut off, and it is going to force Team Secret to actually open that if they do want to push through the Big Tower way and through Attic. But like you say, I think we've got to see the master bedroom push now. We've seen a couple of different variations so far, but get Plebma in the master bedroom closet, get the wall open. There's no C4 below being played by MnM, there's no Valkyrie, there's no Pulse, there's not a lot of risk in terms of losing your life early on. But we're going to see a lot of players from MnM playing offsite downstairs in the opening stages of this round, just establishing where the push is coming from. I think they've identified that Stiz is wreaking havoc over in Garage pretty much every round, opening up the floor of Armory with the Lems repelled onto the window, and it's eating up just that little bit of time. Stiz is expecting somebody to be there, he's droning it out now. We've already wasted 30 seconds as MnM to find out that there's nobody in there. It kind of gives it them for free because it looks as though Stiz is just going to go ahead and repel on in now, but you know, it wastes that time. MnM players still alive. They are able to rotate back up, but you don't really want to leave your rotation too late onto kids because there are only two ways up and they are bottlenecks.
MnM have started to play a lot more played back, a lot safer in how they're positioning their roamers. Citizen was playing so aggressive by himself in Armory. We don't really see that too often. Typically there is someone supporting him inside of Armory corridor for a refrag and to cover the run back. But MnM have realized that, yeah, we cannot afford rounds. We have to win by 7-3 or lower. That's a fact. If I'm MnM, you want to be walking away from your defending split 4-2 on a map like Oregon because the attacks will be harder. Because in Secret with their defense, where they have Leon then on Jaegers and the roam games, you have to go against Stiz on a smoke. So many things play against you whenever you are a defender going into... or as an attacker going in as an MnM team. Citizen will start spraying in towards Leon, and beside him Kendra has been down, but Leon will find just somebody else as he latches onto Jaeger, pushes in, gets shut down by Citizen. Good work from the Scorpion Evo, and Kendry will be brought back only to 20 HP because the new patch does mean that you only get reset down to that much. But hey, Doki's putting in some work with those stim pistols.
Yeah, Doc becoming a little bit more powerful now as well with his ability to stim up defenders. Just thought we maybe see Doki go for a bit of an aggressive run out onto kids. Citizen is challenging over onto the windows from below. Kendrew is allowed to rotate back up White Stairs, doesn't manage to get the kill onto Smoke. Doki will get one first, but then two fly in for Secret, leaving Citizen in a 1 versus 3. He's got a lot to do here, and this is a round that MnM desperately need, but no, the angle held from above by Meepy will shut Citizen down at the bottom of White Stairs, and that will be another round going over to Team Secret, taking them up to 3, so they're almost at that magic number that they need.
Well, this just looks very bleak for MnM. They really need someone to stand out of that darkness and shine a light saying, no, we will not be put down like this, or we're not going to take another loss to Team Secret. Again, this is more pride for MnM. They've always been known as the second best team in the UK. This is their time to finally say, no, we're the best. We're better than Secret. In this matchup, in this particular map, I don't think that's going to be the case. Maybe at LAN, if MnM do qualify for LAN, which I think we're expecting anyway. We could be looking at an MnM Team Secret Grand Final. That could be potential as well. Then that is where certainly MnM need to put their footprint down inside of this league. At the moment, I don't see them doing that. I think Secret have all the morale, they have all the confidence behind them. At this stage, MnM should just be looking at potentially getting a draw, potentially snagging a win. Maybe it might be 7-5 for all we know. But at this stage, MnM really have to pull out the big guns. They need to win 5 rounds on the trot, and 4 of those being on attack as well.
Yeah, 5 rounds on the bounce is what it is going to take. But like you say, if they do go into playoffs, it isn't the end of the world. They are a strong team, and we would expect them to come out of playoffs the other side. But if they're going to go to that effort and they're going to get themselves to LAN, they're likely going to come up against Secret again. and they are going to need to beat this team at some point if they do want to win the Premiership. So it really is a bit of a war of attrition at this point, and they've got to prove themselves tonight and prove that they are able to take a game off Secret. I don't think that the map favours them all too much, and the map is very, you know, sort of Team Secret sided in the way that it is playing out so far this evening. Saves as well, struggling on 0 kills. We always say that kills don't tell a full story, but maybe as your Jaeger, you're going to want to be looking for a couple more frags coming out of that operator.
Especially whenever this is the guy that's came in to replace the Team Secret 5th. Like you said earlier, big shoes to fill. We've seen how good Funkers was. He was very proficient in operators. He played his roam game, and his synergy with Doki, with Citizen, was second to none. They really did cause havoc onto anybody who wanted to attack this map for a fact as well. You know, they're very proficient at Oregon in their roam game. I was really expecting a 4-2 split coming out off the defense side for MnM, and then maybe on their attacks, I would expect them to struggle. But it doesn't seem to be going that way, and, well, Citizen catch that one and just eats a nade, and that does leave MnM in a very awkward position, even more so as Saves adds yet another death to his tally. I believe 0 and 6 at this stage. From your main roamer, your Jaeger player, 0 and 6.
It's tough, and it's a pity as well, because Citizen got a great opening kill onto Plebma. Plebma being the hard breacher for Secret. It's a big kill to take in that circumstance. It could have been even bigger if MnM were playing with the meeting hatches reinforced, but they're playing kind of aggressively in meeting, and they want that quick rotation out. So they are playing with meeting hatches open, so it did mean a slight bit less. It could have meant a heck of a lot more. It still means that nothing hard is going to be getting open. No reinforced walls will be getting opened at all. And now MnM are biding their time. They're holding angles, and they're not giving Team Secret an inch at this moment in time. They've not really got any need to. Secret are going to be establishing for themselves. They're going to be setting up for an execute. It looks as though we're going to see that rear stage push coming through again, as we do already have Sledge over in the tunnel, just making an angle through the soft wall. That's going to be held by Kendrew. Kendrew in a great position to clutch a couple of kills up for his team here. He has got the older, he has got over 70 bullets still in the magazine, and the Evil Eyes are going to come out now as he's able to figure out where this plant is going to be going down through the smoke. I'm not sure if he can get the angle onto it. Nello misses first shot and his second, and allow Leon to get the kill. Doki will trade it out straight away, and Kendrew will follow with one of his own, but stays with the shotgun at close range. That skeleton key cutting Kendrew in half. All now down to Doki again in a 1 versus 2 on Laundry. Is he going to fare any better this time? He does pick up the first kill onto Alems. 1 versus 1. Diffuser now on the floor. Is he aware that somebody's in the corridor? There's an Evil Eye calling it out. Switches over to the shotgun, but no! Stiz is going to grab that kill for Team Secret.
Well, that does it. That does secure Team Secret's position at the live finals happening in 2 weeks' time. Yeah, that's going to be a stinger for MnM, but still, the match is not over. You may have lost the battle, but you may yet win the war. As we do switch over to our halftime switch, where we will have Team Secret on the defense, and then we will have the players of MnM on the attack. Seen a little glimpse of a motorbiker, I think. Are we allowed to use? I don't think we're allowed to use those yet.
Not just yet.
We're not even allowed to use the
last season.
We're not allowed to use those yet. Why would we start playing around with hackers? You know, because he's a hacker on a drone. You know?
He is a hacker. Mozzie is a hacker on a drone. It's a great fun operator though. I like him.
I thought you said you didn't play the patch.
I've played it a bit.
Played it a bit.
I've played it a bit.
Whoa. Didn't know about the glass change.
I've played it a little bit.
A little bit.
I've played the new ops, obviously. Do you think that we're going to see a different MnM now that they know the way that this match is played out? Do you think we're just going to see like real strange stuff coming out from them?
I don't even think MnM were even... Would you say MnM would be strategizing against Team Secret for this? Because let's not forget as well, what do they have to play on Monday? They have to play the Challenge League, first week of Challenge League as well. This is another thing, that this is a team who are also now in their own league to also have their strats against them. Even at that, their own strats used against them by other big teams like Team Vitality, like Supremacy, like Trust Gaming. You have teams there that are also going to be looking at this match and looking at MnM, the way their core is played and what operators are chosen, what positions potentially we see them rotate back to quite regularly. That's something as well MnM have to consider, and just like Team Secret have been doing not just this season, but last season as well.
Are you saying that MnM are saving strats?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying, put it bluntly.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see what goes on in Challenger League.
They're prepping for Invitational 2020.
Why not? Save the strats. Kendry going to be droning in through Attic. Early kill going to come out there. Is going to be Citizen that falls, not refragged out either. Doki just a little bit late on those shots. A quick kill will come in as well from Leon. So 2 quick kills coming off Team Secret. No longer Thatcher or Zafir available for the side of MnM. Meepy's going to overheal himself ever so slightly. That can only mean one thing. He's going to be getting aggressive in some way. Just does think twice about it. Does decide instead to maybe juice Plebma up, but no, thinks better of it. He's obviously confident in his ability and he knows what he wants to do. Plebma will get cut down at the top of White Stairs from an angle held by Doki all the way from the Attic. So maybe a little bit of a waste there of the stim pistol in that scenario from Meepy. If he had have stimmed up Plebma, would Plebma have been still in the fight? We would have to see. Doki comes out with a great refrag there. In fact, no, it was Kendry. Did look as though Doki did actually get that kill, but Kendry stole it off him at the last second. 3-2 now in this round number 7.
This stage, you would expect Secret to hold the round out. They still have Stiz on the smoke, and Doki looking for a nade onto the top of White Stairs. No, nobody's there, and will attempt to try and push on up it. That camera will start tagging him, so they know that one is going to be over towards that dining room corridor side. Still have Kendry, not doing much. He is holding an angle, waiting for somebody to bite. At this stage, I don't expect anybody from Secret to tag the bait, but they're just going to hold their angle as much as they can. Kendry does spot a Lems inside of Armory and will rotate. Will he go to Doki or try and challenge the gunfight himself? He was kind of bottling it there, but does decide to go for that White Stairs. Actually switches back to the Armory as he sees Doki gets gunned down by Stiz. Kendry does find 1 kill for his troubles, but really an impactless kill at this stage. There's not a lot he can do at 1 HP nonetheless, and hey, maybe swings on round, and if that didn't get him, well, certainly the shotgun primed and ready from Stiz would have. Team Secret not just looking to go to land, but also looking to take a win, another win off MnM.
Yeah, they're really here to play tonight. We're seeing a good Team Secret coming out this evening. And it's great to see, you know, a team that can play with that level of synergy, that level of teamwork. They're always backing each other up. They've got a very good idea of where this MnM push is coming from every single time. I mean, even on when Team Secret were on attack, they still had a pretty good handle of the way that they wanted to attack onto MnM's defense. And now the tables have turned. They've still got a pretty good idea of what is going to be happening. And it does seem as though MnM are kind of just a little bit lost at the minute, maybe not playing together as much as they could. I would have liked to see those last 2 attackers maybe link up a little bit and try and make something happen together instead of the split push, one on either staircase.
But I don't know, maybe MnM are missing an Ash, potentially. Who knows? That's an operator that was banned out, which is a bit of a weird one still, I think. Not having an Ash, really weird.
It's not only that we've not had I mean, MnM are known for the operators that they're playing right now. We don't really see anybody from MnM ever pick a Glaz. We rarely see a Ying. We rarely see, I mean, we sometimes see a Capitao. Sometimes Nello will jump onto the Capitao. I mean, I've seen Save jump onto the Capitao as well. But we're not seeing that, like, the variety of operators that are available on attack still, you know, with the bans sitting the way they do. You know, bring a Blitz. Try something just a little bit different at this stage, because whatever's happening isn't quite working. And you've not really got anything to lose at this point, because as we've already discussed, Team Secret have already established their position at land due to the round count.
So they will have a bit of a roam game. They will have Stiz in towards that top of Big Tower, and I think Plebma is roaming in towards me. Plebma I haven't really seen him do much. How many kills does he have? I'm curious to see. Only 1 kill. Seems to be similar. Saves. I think we have a saying here. Mr. James Bond, we've been expecting you. Am I the villain because I have glasses in that scenario? No? Maybe we could get Citizen on to sing a pretty catchy James Bond theme song. He's really good at singing a James Bond theme song. You should ask him. He's good at it.
Maybe instead of the dog that we got last season, we should get the white cat. We should find a white cat.
A white cat for me?
Yeah.
Not a big fan of cats.
No,
I'm a dog guy.
I'm not a big fan of cats.
That's why I like Alex's dog.
Frankie.
You got a new one?
Another?
Yeah. He's got two dogs.
Wow.
You don't know that, no?
We need to get the new dog on as well.
No, he won't bring it. You know, unbelievable. If I'm being honest, I'm sure everybody would love to see another dog here at the ESL Prem. We could have 2 dogs.
I like how your announcement photo is you with the dog.
Yes, that's his dog. That's Alex's
I know,
dog.
I know.
How about we get back to doing some Siege? I think that's why we're all here, is to see Team Secret take on MnM, and At the moment, Team Secret have all the power. LM's bringing the pulse, a bit of a weird one for a Laundry. Typically, we see that more master bed simply because there is that C4 indestructibility from below. Doki and Nella will start trying to engage against Plebma. Plebma will down one, but the refrags there doesn't have enough time. Actually, pulls out the one-tap pistol onto the skull of Nello just in the nick of time. He'll be happy with that. And look, Stiz, he was in Big Tower start of the round, and he's managed to rotate all the way over towards the other side of the map. And Saves and Doki are going to have to try and pinch him out, but there's so much time being wasted down to the 50-second mark nearly. Saves will also lose another gunfight, and Kendrew's there for the refrag this time. Citizen and Kendrew down to both of them. See what they can do. Still 3 players left, maybe Leon and LMs with 40 seconds to go. Those Toxic Babes are going to be detrimental for this push. And even those shotguns from both of the SAS operators will come into big effect as well. Kendrew opens 1 hatch for himself. Citizen will find 1 pick, which does give them something to work off, but you still have to remember, Kendrew, only 1 inhale of those Toxic Babes will be enough to put him in an early grave. Citizen still has a bit of utility. See how he wants to use that, but with time ticking down just more and more, with those shotguns waiting for him for maybe even a potential C4 from LMs. Citizen will drop the hatch. I don't think he's going to be ready. Yes, he will be for LMs, as maybe will be stuck inside of a 1 versus 2, and MnM have pulled off the 2 versus 3. Amazing work from the players of MnM, and they have salvaged something from this matchup. But still, Team Secret have all the power. They have the advantage as we head into round number 9.
Citizen had a great round there, really. He did a really good job of not, using his utility, getting himself in a position to get the kills and getting the job done when he got himself down onto site. It did take a rather long time to clear out the roamers from top floor, and it could have been detrimental. As it stands, it came down to a final 2nd kill, which isn't something that you can rely on. It's something that you're definitely going to take, and you're going to, it's a round on the board. It doesn't really matter how it got there, but it's not something that is all that reliable. I think the roam clear game just needs to come out a little bit quicker from MnM to give themselves a bit more time coming into the execute phase, as that quite easily could have gone toward Team Secret. But nonetheless, it will be a round on the table for MnM, and that does sit us at 5-3. So this game is still theirs to win if they wish. All they have to do is pick up another 2 rounds, bring it back to 5-5, and then get themselves up to 7. But as we've already discussed, with the round count standing the way that it does, Team Secret have already secured their spot at LAN.
Never think of that, just the way you kind of paraphrase that little sentence about, sure, they've done all this work, but does it really matter? Not really. It's kind of, I think it's a very bitter taste you have to think about is, yeah, we're playing a match which doesn't matter. I think, that kind of does get to your mentality a little bit. The morale starts to go down. You know that there's no way of winning. It's kind of like in regular sports. Whenever you're playing a team which has already won the league, what's the point?
Well, at this point, you've got to play it for the sake of being a good sport. Sportsmanship's very important, and to play the game.
No 5v5 knife rounds, though. No, I wouldn't complain about that.
It would be great to see it. It'd be fun. But I think you've got to be a good sport, and you've got to, perform the job. You'd expect the other team to play even if you were already winning as well. So that's important. You've also got to treat it as a bit of a scrim, a bit of practice. There's going to be some good information to be gained off the back of this. You can still try out things. I know you're going into Challenger League, so you're not going to want to reveal all that much. Oh, a late Jackal scan there is just going to save Citizen from over-peeking that corner. It is actually going to allow Ella to rotate back upstairs. Nearly a walking around the corner to death from Citizen there, but he is in fact going to push up white stairs as the shots are going to rain through from the ceiling. So Citizen got a pretty good idea now of where Ella is going to be playing. It will actually be Doki that cleans up that kill. So a little bit better this time from MnM. They're clearing out the roamers a lot quicker. Oh, Stiz! Great kill in an unpredictable position there. You don't often see somebody playing at the top of laundry stairs like that, and Saves will be caught heavily off guard.
I don't know what's happened to Saves today. Has he just been very unlucky?
Everyone has a bad day,
He has got an assist, though. Something. But for the most part, not a lot in the long run. So it does mean that, once again, the remaining 4 will have to play off each other and try and win this round. It is still equal terms, a 4 versus 4. They've lost Saves, but Secret have lost Leon. Still a couple of roamers being played, but hey, Kendry will outsmart Plebma. Great kill from the Fragmite. Lems, however, will find Citizen with his C4. As we head into a minute to go, there is still a smoke left on the board as well. You have Toxic Babes that you have to start working against. The time is forever against you. And the Lambs, I'm sure there's probably a black eye or two located inside off the laundry. Does find one upstairs, Nello with the Thatcher. Could use an EMP grenade, but instead just does it the easy way. But Alam's still alive. Doesn't have that C4, which again is another big thing that they have to worry about. Well, that shark camo. How good's that? And he's going up against the shark, which is Nello.
I love the shark camo. I think it's
irony.
Great. Nello now got a big job to do in pushing down laundry stairs and trying to establish himself. He is going to get caught in a Grismot mine and Toxic Bays will be tossed out. He's going to lose a bit of health for his trouble. Meepy going to clean up Doki with the shotgun. It's now all going to be down to Nello. He does have the diffuser in hand, but he's got a long way to go if he is going to look to get these kills, as we are dealing with 3 members of the Team Secret left on the site. Pre-fire shots are coming out. Nello's location is known, and Stiz will find that final one with the SMG-11.
So the roam game seems to be the big issue at the moment for MnM. Yes, they have managed to secure the kills onto those roamers. You know, Plebma and Leon were both eliminated. But it's the sheer utility and also the time that they've wasted. And also, I think the refrags coming in from it were very well played by Secret. You know, a very stray C4 being tossed up straight as the hatch is opened. We don't really see those too much, because typically teams like to back away and let, if there's a C4 being cooked, let that toss out. Doesn't put you any harm's way. I think somebody from MnM did get caught out in that scenario. I believe it was Citizen. So there is mistakes that MnM are making, which really are mistakes which can be easily rectified. We hope that, you know, heading into Challenger League, a lot of these mistakes will be rectified, because you're going up against stronger teams compared to what you're probably used to. You have the French teams, which we know are always going to be strong in every single league they play in. You have numerous teams that really make that Challenger League season probably the stacked one we've had. It's been incredible, the level of play that's really increased last season.
It really is, and you know, don't forget, it's the road to the Pro League. Yeah, that's the way to get into the Pro League, and that's, you know,
this is
all these players are going to be looking.
Who are they playing against?
Playing against a Pro League team, albeit a Pro League team that has struggled in the first half of this season, but it's a Pro League team nonetheless, and they're only going to be going up against better if they do find themselves in the Pro League. They're going to be going up against almost equally as good within the Challenger League as well, because a couple of those teams are going to end up in the Pro League.
Pros are in that, you know,
exactly.
Pros
so,
Challenger League.
You know, you've really got to be able to pick up your rounds and pick up your wins. I'm not sure if we're just seeing a slightly different MnM this evening because they knew what was at stake, and after it flicked over to 4 rounds for Secret, they kind of just said, you know what, let's just have some fun with it, let's not get frustrated, let's chill out. These guys want to keep themselves in a good headspace for Monday, because that's something that they're going to be looking toward. They're probably looking at this thinking that they're going to be able to get themselves through playoffs and still get themselves to LAN. But it's kind of not a chance you want to take. You know, you really want to try and confirm your position as soon as you can.
Especially whenever that means that you will have to play another match to show to your Challenger League opposition, and on a best of 3 nonetheless as well. They're getting potentially free maps to look at your strategies. MnM, they really don't want to play another week in the position they are in, and they've already lost another attacker. They have lost Nello to Leon on that Ella. He has just been doing what Leon does best, and that is cause disruption everywhere he can in the map. And already we've seen him that Leon was creeping around in towards that basement, just waiting for somebody to take the bait, but instead just holds himself. Doki using the LMG on the Capital with that new ACOG sight. Looks good. I like it.
It's a very clean site. There's a lot of screen real estate that it frees up from, you know, over traditional ACOGs, if you will. Nice clean reticle as well, so it can make hitting your shots that little bit easier, but he's going to have to get himself in a position to be able to hit those shots, because we've got Saves looking to challenge maybe onto Kid's windows, aware that he could be expecting a run out maybe, as Team Secret do seem to be prepping for it, but Alems is going to grab death there as he does run out of dining room, and Saves is going to pick up his first kill. It is match point, so you may be looking for a kill from him a little bit sooner than that, but Kendry going to follow it up with one of his own onto Plebma. So that is going to swing the man count into the favour of MnM, sorry, at 4-3. Moving into this final minute, looks like they're fairly well placed here for an execute as well. We've still got Doki playing inside of the attic. Saves narrowly missing out on a headshot of his own teammate there, but Leon going to find one of his own onto that Doki that was waiting over over in Attic. So that little crossfire that was established is no longer, and we're going to see a heavy white stairs push along with some pressure from Big Window. Citizen, however, is going to be doing bits for his team and grabs 2 as Leon gets a bit over aggressive there and rotates onto white stairs. However, Stiz will find the down, not able to finish it off with the shotgun. Zafir could revive herself in that moment, but Save's going to pick up his second kill of the game and the round as he finds that last one onto Stiz over inside of Kid's window.
That was winnable, I think, in that position for Leon. He didn't need to go for the vault. Sure, it's the 2 versus 3, but you still have Stiz inside of Kids, which creates that other crossfire that means Citizen cannot push you from white stairs. In that scenario, I would have had Stiz playing behind the bomb inside of Kids. That gives great intel, and it allows Leon to have that more of a comfort zone. He knows if Citizen's going to push him, whenever the call gets made, either Stiz kills him outright, or else Leon will be there with an easy pre-fire shot. From that position of 2 versus 2, I have no doubt in my mind that Leon could do wonders with that Scorpion. A bit of a wasted round for me.
Just a bit of over-aggression.
He did so well, you know, for the roam game, he did so good.
Just a little bit too much over-aggression, I think, in those dying few seconds. And, you know, that's something that you can let slide when the game sits in the state that it does right now. But that's not something that you can get into the habit of, you know, recreating. And you're going to want to try and avoid that at all costs, really, because it can come back to haunt you. But, you know, they've got a couple of rounds to play with the Team Secret, still sitting on match point, 6-4 now in favour of Team Secret. So they're still very well placed to take this game. And we are going to see a Kids defense coming out yet again. This time Doki, however, is going to switch things up and go on to the Blackbeard. So making a bit of use of the operators that are available. Something that we don't always see MnM do is change from that kind of core lineup that they like to bring. Usually fairly well set in their roles. Doki this time, he's been flexing around on the sledge a little bit. Usually sometimes just do find him on the Ash as well, or maybe even the Zafir if Citizen isn't playing on Zafir. So to see him on Doki, it's an operator that we've seen him play many times before. Where do you think he's going to push with that? Is he going to try and create a big presence over at double window, or is he going to try and pester from a sort of attic and highway window?
So looking at the rounds that have already been played, we've only seen 2 bomb sites this entire match, and it is now the 11th round. That doesn't scream help Oregon, I don't know what does, because it really needs a stronger bomb site to rotate to. Sure, Dining has its moments, sure, Big Tower can be played if played right, that's a big ask on its own. Really, that the Laundry and Kids have just been so heavily stacked, and more so I think they are just the back and forth round wins that have been going between Secret and MnM have also led to the way the objective rotation parameter has also went to. You know, I believe that Kids has been played, this is the 6th time, and Laundry with 5, making it 11 in total for the 11th round. MnM will get things not on a good start as Saves once again being eliminated first. Not a very good day for the Polishman in the office. Maybe playing inside of Attic, has the shotgun, can also try and challenge himself. Will go up against a Blackbeard, however, as Nello will find Leon, who was roaming about in towards that downstairs. Good flank being held from the white van, a very common area. I'm surprised Leon even went for Doki on the Blackbeard. Signature operator for him. Does manage to find Meatby inside of Attic, but Plebman's there with a refrag straight away onto the Blackbeard.
Alem's just biding his time at the top of white stairs with Plebma playing to his back. So the remaining defenders of Team Secret are all pretty well set in their positions, but MnM have placed themselves quite well this time. They've got a lot of time to be able to get this execute off. They've got over a minute as it currently stands. It is 3-3. Plebma is fairly lit at this moment in time. Only a couple of bullets will see him out of action. Kendrew available as well with the exothermic charge, and I think that will be the generator wall getting opened up right there and then. So we could actually see a plant this round from MnM, but with some smoke grenades left in the hands of Stiz, and he is actually going to detonate a pre-placed one there, but Citizen will rush through and pick that kill. Nello gets one in between, and Citizen closing things out. He's having an absolute storm of a game.
Where Saves could not pick up, certainly Citizen is there to find them. That does mean we go to our round number 12, and what we were expecting, but from the early start and the early lead from Team Secret, not what we were expecting.
This is MnM really stamping down and saying, look, you can't make these kind of mistakes against us. We're going to really take advantage of them. Leon's got to be looking at a couple of rounds ago where he got a little bit over aggressive as Ella and thinking we probably could have closed it out there and then. MnM are showing that they've still got a good mental state, they've got a good attitude, and they're still fighting for this win, despite the fact that it doesn't really, you know, it's not going to mean anything. It's not going to mean that they do get that land spot. I really believe that they're still fighting for this win or draw.
They have the win behind their sails at this stage. They have taken, I believe, 3 out of the 4 last rounds as well, so there is a lot of pressure now being piled up against Team Secret, and if they kind of throw away this certain win for them, I'd be quite surprised. I don't think they'd be happy with that with all. We know Team Secret, they want perfection in everything they play. They hate losing. I think they would probably hate draws even more sometimes as well, and certainly Secret had their share of draws, as currently inside the Pro League, and I believe Team Secret are the only team currently inside of the Prem which are undefeated. And they certainly do not want that reputation tarnished in any way, shape or form.
No, and if MnM can grab that off them this evening, I think they'll be fairly happy with that. Seeing a bit of a switch around as well on the operator side for MnM. Doki now is going to be bringing out the Blitz, something that we have called for in previous rounds, just to change things up and be a little bit different, be a little bit more unpredictable. Saves as well going on to the Hibana, so we're going to see a double hard breach come out from MnM, and that could spell a little bit more destruction. It could spell that things are going to get opened a little bit easier on the side of MnM. I don't think it's something that they necessarily struggled with in terms of opening up hatches. The way that Team Secret have been defending downstairs in Laundry, they have been playing with the back electrical hatch open anyway, which is fairly typical. But Doki wasting no time getting himself all the way into flag area of meeting. But Leon is lying in wait in attic. But it looks as though a pretty heavy side push is going to come out from the MnM guys.
Doki aggressive with the Blitz, has 2 smoke canisters to potentially lead his way into the bomb site under the cover of the fog. Saves on the Hibana will try and open up the wall, and I think they're just trying to bring both hard breachers in this scenario just to give them a bit more adaptability. I love Hibana because, like I said, Saves can open up a wall in towards that garage to look straight onto that meeting doorway, so it has them a potential flank option as well. Doki will start with those smoke grenades, and Kendry going for the more unusual plant position in towards those crates, and instead we'll just back away, but Kendry will try his hand at the main stairs, but will also get smoked out, and he is on such low HP. Leon will find Citizen. Doki in towards the bomb site, but on such low HP, doesn't even check his corners, and maybe will get a free kill for himself as it goes into a 3 versus 4. We talked about Leon rushing it. The entirety of MnM are really rushing things this round.
And it is a shame, because if you do rush onto Laundry, you kind of only get one shot at it, because as you can see now, the utility that's left available on the side of MnM is largely utility that's already been spent at this moment in time. So they've not really got anything that they're going to be able to push off and try and get into the site. Kendry does still have the diffuser in his hand. He didn't leave it downstairs in the Laundry. He didn't die with it, so that is a saving grace, but it is still going to be a very tall order, as they are going to have to try and shoot their way through, which Nello is trying to do now, putting some shots into the little small office off Laundry there. Kendry is going to find a kill onto Plebma, equaling out the man count at 3-3. 45 seconds left, so still a bit of time to work with, but shots are going to rain through there onto Nello, and it will be Meepy that finds that one. 3-2 now. Kendry wasn't able to refrag that from the hatch, as Meepy has got aggressive. He will actually find Meepy though, as Meepy does maybe get a little bit too over-aggressive. Save still playing the back hatch over inside of Meeting, getting himself set up for a drop. Kendry on very low hit points at this moment in time. It is going to come down to a bloodbath in the final few seconds, as Kendry does look maybe to drop into Laundry stairs and push that way, while Saves probably going to drop the Meeting hatch as well and try and pinch these last 2 defenders. Saves does quite manage to get the kill onto Stiz. Kendry gets some shots as well, and that's going to be a Lems falling, so MnM did manage to clutch out that round.
My, oh my, what? I'd say upset in that scenario. Sure, we could have went in and predicted that scoreline before the match was played. I think that's fairly certain. You know, both teams very even. But from Secret leading 5 rounds to 2 to then throw away, questions need to be asked by Secret.
Definitely, and it was, you know, without really pointing too many fingers, there were a couple of missed opportunities, a couple of stages of over-aggression, and a couple of things that I think, given hindsight and given a chance again, that the players will maybe do differently and try and close that out for a win. It is going to tarnish the record. They were unbeaten up until this evening.
Still are unbeaten, but it's not a straight
it's not flawless. It's not flawless.
Yes, there's the word.
So it is going to tarnish the record. It is going to stick a draw on that. So it's not straight wins. It is going to include a draw. So, you know, they're not going to be happy with that, but it might give them a bit of fire in the belly for moving into LAM.
But that does mean that they have secured their spot for LAN. Nonetheless, all they needed was 4 rounds from tonight. But still, a draw's a draw. MnM, they took what they can. You have to commend their things to take away from that great comeback. They were really down in the gutter. Personal performances, I thought Kendrew really stuck out, especially from someone who was a very heavy support player.
Yeah, definitely.
Bits with a 5.56.
He really was. I mean, someone that stuck out for me time again was Citizen, especially when he moved on to attacking and moved on to Zafir. Did some really good work with the Zafir there, and clutched out a couple of rounds for his team. And this is nice from Kendrew getting a couple of older kills there to close out that round as well. So some really good standout performances from both sides.
On Team Secret, I would have to say it's pretty obvious. Leon Gids doing what he always does on that roam game. I think his mid game was very strong. I think the latter half, where whenever he was going for those more aggressive roams, I think MnM caught on to his plays. It's something that I think we've mentioned time and time again. You shut down Leon on the flank, it really does open up Team Secret to a lot more different pushes, because they rely heavily on Leon assuring everybody on the bombs that, yes, I have this flank, they cannot come down this area, I'm here, oh, I've died, up to you guys. That's what happens. And whenever you manage to eliminate such a deadly poison, it does hinder Secret whenever it comes down to those final couple of seconds in terms of frags.
It really does, and we saw a number of these rounds coming down to the final couple of seconds. I think that was a classic one there. It was right down to the wire. I'm not sure if the diffuser was going down or not, but it really did come down to those final few moments. A lot of SMG played this time as well, which is fairly to be expected off a map like Oregon. Mute and Smoke are proving, very favourable picks on this map as a whole.
For the past 3 months, Mute has been such a surprising operator for Oregon. Yes, he got buffed, he got that SMG 11, and it's amazing to see just how much a gun change can really impact an operator like Mute, who, yes, did have his fair share of play on this map, but he had to run the MP5. He could not run the shotgun because you don't have that pistol in.
Can't run a pistol,
You need to have some kind of long-range gun, and having that primary shotgun and the secondary pocket sniper, there's options there that really does excel Mute onto the same lines of an anchor, like Maestro and like Mirror, like Echo, like Smoke.
Without a doubt.
There's a lot of options there. But yes, it may have been a draw, but technically we kind of had a victor. As Team Secret, they did win Group A entirely, and we do have an interview with Leon Gids. Hello, Leon. We meet again.
Demo.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm not doing too bad, and well, that was, I think, a bit of an upset for you guys.
Well, after we won the 4th round when it was 4-2, we knew we had LAN, so we kind of just took it back a bit, just chilled, as it doesn't really matter anymore because we got the LAN spot. Luckily, we threw some rounds, but we won at the end.
Yeah, it was a bit of, I think, morale. Yes, you knew. Doesn't really matter at that stage. You can just do what you want, because, well, typically you always do that anyway. But, looking at it, I think that the format you guys were playing with that very aggressive roam game, there was a stage where I think during the later rounds, MnM really caught on to your roam potential, and they did shut it down pretty well.
Yeah, they got me pretty early on most rounds, which probably cost us a few rounds as well, but they also clutched a lot of rounds as well from us just peeking too much.
And then also looking at your preparation now, you guys go into Pro League starting this week. Has the off season of the Pro League, has Prem been something that's kind of helped you guys?
Yeah, it always helps to do Prem, play against higher tier teams instead of lower tier teams in scrims. Just see what we can do instead. And obviously with Prem we can't be quite the same, but we just adapt to it, let him play how he wants to play, and then just go with that. And
final question. How forward are you guys looking forward to going to the live finals and having your chance at retaining that title once again?
Should be great fun. Can't wait.
Well, thank you very much, Leon, for your time. You guys don't have to play next week, but certainly maybe we might see a glimpse of you next week. Who knows? But thank you, Leon.
Good night. Have a good night.
Wise words from our mighty ranked hero.
Wise words indeed, and very well deserved victory tonight. I think that the way that Leon was talking about playing with and including Pledmer in the side, maybe a little bit different, something that we actually thought was going on, because we kind of thought that Pledmer was maybe getting directed a little bit like a robot and kind of go do this, go do that. But actually, it seems as though they're just sort of saying, you know what, if you want to play like that, Pledmer, we'll try and play around it. And it seems like it works quite well, because it takes the pressure off Pledmer in one respect, because he doesn't have to be doing the things that you're telling him to do. He can just kind of do what he thinks is right in that moment, and then the team's good enough and they've got enough synergy between the other 4 guys to just be able to play around that and to be able to bounce, you know, off those ideas. And, you know, they might be learning something, it might be giving them a different perspective on the game. So always great to see.